So just a little glimpse around the outside of the building. The sponsorship areas, the stringing team there on the right. Plenty of hustle and bustle out and about. And a few fluffy clouds around just to dent the temperatures. It's always welcome around these hot parts this time of year in Nanning. And plenty to play for inside still. This is how the tie stands. India in deadlock with Malaysia, 2 rubbers all. And, well, that was a compelling watch, wasn't it, the men's doubles, as indeed have all the other matches been as well. But Chia and Teo coming through for Malaysia, 2-0 in that really tight men's doubles. So now turning our attention to the women's doubles next then. And, of course, the winner of this one will basically win the tie. And, well, it probably will mean that, you know, the team will then qualify for the quarterfinals. So a lot to play for, a lot at stake, and that will probably be behind China, who've looked so dictatorial as the second seed so far. It's a women's doubles between SIKKI Reddy and Ashwina PONNAPPA, and Chow Mei Kwan and Lee Mong Yan from Malaysia. And in terms of ranking, well, PONNAPPA and Reddy ranked 25th in the world, Chow and Lee 13th in the world from Malaysia. And I can tell you, just to sort of excite you further, that this is their 5th clash. They've met 4 times before, and there's deadlock. Not only are we 2-all in rubbers, 1 here in this tie, but they're 2-all head-to-head as well, so we just don't know how this one's going to unfold, but I can tell you one thing. It's going to favour the brave and the people that can really sort of hold their A-game together. It's going to be a tight clash, there's no doubt in that. Who will raise their game and make one final push through to the spoils. Here come the teams led out by the Indians. She's been busy today, hasn't she? PONNAPPA will be buoyed by that mixed doubles win. First up with SIKKI Reddy. That's a cracking match in itself. 69 minutes long, 24-22 in the deciding game. Confirmation of the head-to-head tally then. Deadlock there. So little between these two teams. Let's listen into the toss, see what we can glean.
Red. Service. Receiving. SIKKI. Receiving. CHOW is receiving.
SIKKI Reddy's going to serve. CHOW electing to receive. Who can hold their nerve and bring their very best. They'll need to, you'd imagine. It's going to be interesting to see what happens out here in this women's doubles. So much at stake. But they can't be thinking about that. They've just got to be focused. 24-year-old Chow Mei Kwan off that career high ranking of 13 in the world with her partner alongside from KL. She plays with Lee Mong Yan. They've played 15 matches this year, these two. Won 8, lost 7. They won the Sayed Modi late last year, beating today's opponents in the final. And had a stunning run to the final of the India Open as well this year. They didn't play against China. So that's her first match showing for the Malaysians. SIKKI Reddy, 25 years of age, the left-hander. Played 12 matches this year, won 5, lost 7. Born in Kodad is SIKKI, being 5 spots higher. So just 5 spots off that career high with Ashwini. And there she is. She's 4 years senior to her partner, Bengaluru. She's been up to 10 in the world with Jwala Gutta a while ago now. But a lady of vast experience, and she'll be feeling pretty good because she's already had 1 win today in that mixed doubles. Can she replicate that sort of form There's a respectful hush around these parts now, and people drill their focus back down onto this one, having come back from perhaps bathroom breaks and refreshments at local watering holes. They'll be keen to catch a glimpse of this. Familiar face of Noah Insbesta from South Africa in the chair, and Wayana of Indonesia, the service judge. Steen, what do you anticipate here?
A very nervy game. I had the opportunity to see the final in the Slide Modi International where the Malaysians won, and it was obvious that PONNAPPA and Reddy, they were really nervous in that match.
On my left, Malaysia, represented by CHOW Maikuan, Lee Meng Yuan. India to serve. And SIKKI ready to CHOW Maikuan. Level.
We've gone the distance here, and it's this rubber to decide the tie. Women's doubles. Match 5 on day 3.
On both sides of the net today, because in Malaysia they've done what's expected of them up until now, taken not 2 doubles but compensated by taking the men's singles, and they hoped that this was going to be a match where women's doubles could decide it. That also put some pressure on you. Since PONNAPPA and Reddy lost the last time, they can't see themselves as favourites, so maybe they will play a little bit more free than the last time. All 4 women are powerful. And, I'm not really sure whom I believe is the most powerful. I think my choice lies with the Malaysians, but then of course I think PONNAPPA and Reddy probably moves a little bit better. So I think we're in for a really interesting match that could swing more than once, I think.
Yeah, and only 12 world ranking spots between them, but you can't read too much into that. We've been through that before. It's just about the moment, isn't it, right now? Who deals with the pressures best and sort of almost cast that aside. Is there any tips you would offer, Steen, if your club team were in this sort of situation?
Then we would be very happy, I can tell you that.
Know about how to handle the sense of occasion.
It depends on the development. If the tension is maintained throughout the match, I would, as an outside agency, as a coach, I would be really careful not to say too much, not to add even more pressure. I would look very much for who is perhaps the most tense player on the other side of the court. Who can we target, if any?
They spoke to one of the Premiership footballers in the Champions League. Massive game. I think it was when Tottenham came back to
beat Ajax.
That's right, and they spoke to one of the English players. What a brilliant rally. And I can't recall, to continue that thread, who it was specifically, but, you know, he was right under pressure. They were missing some of their key players. And this lad that was being interviewed had just responded unbelievable to a very high-pressured situation and performed incredibly. And they said, you know, how did you do that? And he said, you know, the only thought that I carry in that situation is to have as much fun as I can under pressure. And he really brought it and delivered. It's quite interesting, I found.
But I don't believe in that. I don't believe in trying to persuade yourself to have fun, because I think the Ajax players also tried to have fun, but they were unsuccessful. I think you've got to realize on this court here, it's not fun. It's probably not fun. And you're nervous as beep, and we can easily make the nerves go away. You can just surrender the game, but nobody wants to surrender the game. Okay, then play through the nerves. That's, in my opinion, the way to deal with it.
It's not what you don't think, it's what you do think, isn't it? To deal with it proactively, and you've got to keep it simple. And I think having fun is kind of one way of doing that, right?
I think there's way too much popular interviews, have as much fun in there as possible, and oh, we had fun and so on, and I just don't believe in it. I have to say that I don't believe.
But I asked you what you said you would do.
Yeah, but I wouldn't tell them to go in and have fun.
So what will you say? Because you've got to say something.
Yeah, a lot like I just said. This is going to be tough. You're going to feel uncomfortable. But do what you set out to do. Do what you planned. Do what you promised each other, even though you feel uncomfortable in doing it. I've seen footballers trusted to take the final penalty go a little to the side and puke before because of the pressure. They don't think it's fun. But somebody's got to take it. And sometimes I feel it's better that I take the penalty than my teammate, because I feel that I have a better chance of making it. And just realizing also that sometimes I won't make it.
That'll go down as unforced.
And that's the situation where SIKKI should tell PONNAPPA, doesn't matter, just have fun.
Yeah. Well, you know, no, but you do, don't you? Know, we've agreed that you need to be supportive as a partner. You've got to be positive, right? You know, I just found it interesting that that footballer in that crunch moment managed to reveal his best and said eloquently, you know, I just simply had fun. You know, it's fascinating. And I think it's ways of putting pressure away, isn't it? You know, pressure is a privilege, is one way of dealing with it. We're lucky enough to sort of actually get this opportunity, you know, and relish the challenge is the mindset.
That's exactly.
Yeah. Embrace it.
What I
and one way of embracing it is to have fun with it. I mean, I know it sounds a bit sort of cheesy. I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. But I think, you know, the more serious you make it, it suddenly becomes, oh, my goodness, you know. Just make it light. Now, she looks a little passive somehow and still around the front court, PONNAPPA, disturbingly.
I think she's nervous. I think she's really, really nervous.
She's not having fun.
She wants to win.
Too much. It's all interesting debate, isn't it? We love this sort of stuff. I hope the viewers can appreciate where we're at. You know, it's really interesting though to conceptualize and sort of put context to this.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can, Paul. I think they want us to try.
Well, probably. There's no doubt in that.
But I agree with you. It is interesting.
That's a nice reflexive cross block from PONNAPPA.
Confusion.
Yeah. So it is Chow and Lee from Malaysia that break to a 4-point advantage at the turn. 11-7. They lead after 8 minutes of action.
But sometimes play really, but come just middle only. Yeah, ready. Okay, good variation, try. Really. If difficult situation, just clear. Don't push power. Okay, just play smart on top. In front, always look up. Fine.
फास्ट लिफ्ट्स भी कर सकते हैं, ड्रॉप स्टाइल में मूव करा के फास्ट लिफ्ट्स के.
Play.
Good defense by the Malaysians. They have difficulty scoring. PONNAPPA and Reddy, who is married to Sumit Reddy from the men's doubles.
Right, that explains it.
There were some signs there that PONNAPPA and Reddy, they were pushing their defense forward and trying to employ a more counter-attacking style. It could work, in my opinion. She's implying power.
13. Hey.
Lee Meng-yen.
It's a pretty feisty affair, isn't it, in terms of power?
And PONNAPPA and Reddy, they've got trouble when she's on the back court. See, CHOW is moving to the front court. Every little chance there is on the left.
They're not happy. Synchronized pointing. It's going upstairs. We have a challenge. They seem pretty convinced. They're 5 points shy, so they're pretty keen that this one did find the line, but it didn't. And the challenge unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. 14. Hey. Play.
Excellent. She's playing so well. Lee.
Such super court awareness there to carve that one down. Is that a string break? Sounded like it. No, that's just a miscue. Nicely done. Again, pummeling her way through the middle.
And the high clears, I mean, they don't provoke any mistakes in the attack from the Malaysians. So
6 points in a row for the Malaysians now. A 10-point cushion. They look fearless at the moment, don't they?
Excellent.
She has played so well, you're absolutely right.
Applause from Rosman Rasak and Chin Yu-Hui. They spotted that PONNAPPA has difficulties doing any other defense, that the straight defense, when they hit it to the right side.
They are motoring through this opening game right now. Real momentum. 12 game points for Chow and Lee.
First over. 9-20. Game. 20.
2 game points saved, nibbling away at the deficit nicely, and if anything, just to buoy themselves for the start of game 2.
I think it would have gone wide, but why not just take it? Good shot.
11. 20.
A hat-trick of game points saved by PONNAPPA and Reddy. But still 9 more to fend off.
Out. Game.
Shame it ended on the service error. So Lee and Chow nerveless in the opener. They secure it 21 points to 11 after 16 minutes played.
Ingat, ini semua pegang pace, okey? Tak boleh bagi dia jaga defense, jaga kita main pace lagi, tahu, okey? Lama-lama main pace dia tak boleh tahan kita main pace. So kita pegang, tak boleh mati dia continue lagi. Tahu, mesti mau tahan dengan dia. Tahu, okey? Dia semakin slow down punya tau, demi bola tau. Okey? So kita tak payah nak
Patient saja.
patient saja. Patient tapi ada impact untuk bola. 1 2 lob pam. Okey. Dan tak boleh lagi lob lagi dengan dia, tahu. Main pace dengan dia. Tapi mesti mau sabarlah. Okey? Okey? Ha? Betul?
Seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, buoyed with 8 consecutive points won through the back end of that game, the Malaysians had secured it. Here we are at the start of game 2. This deciding rubber.
Play.
So Steen, they're on to something tactically, the Malaysians, regarding PONNAPPA.
I'm not sure they're targeting her, especially. I don't understand what Rosman said to them, but from the body language and so on, it was more or less continue the way you did and be a little bit more patient. Remember that it can go long. But we could see a change here because the playing conditions does mean something. And get a little bit more sting in their attack now. PONNAPPA and ready. From their point of view, I think they must try to target CHOW a bit more, because I think Lee Meng-Yen, she's been really, really good in the first game. CHOW has also played well, and normally is, in my opinion, the sort of driving player in that women's doubles. So it doesn't look easy for India at the moment.
Lee bullying her way through another heavy smash.
Jangan bagi kat tangan dia.
Same power, same trajectory smashes all the time from either SIKKI Reddy or Ashwini PONNAPPA.
Yeah, it's becoming perhaps a little predictable.
Yeah, a little slice in a smash or a smash towards the inner sight line. Cross smash could open up the court, I think.
How was that from CHOW? Commitment with the full length dive. Well, this one of only two remaining match courts still going in this morning session, which is now turned to 3:20 local time here in Nanning. So much at stake here. Winner of this match will probably qualify as second place for the quarterfinals, should China have their way. Oh, mercifully, it's gone wrong. What's hesitation, isn't there?
She changed her mind 2 or 3 times. Should I take it? No. Yeah, no.
That's a clever return. Chasing into the body of CHOW. Oh, that one's found the back line. To their delight. Plum on. Got out of jail though, didn't they, somehow?
Yeah. And it's looking a bit more shaky here in the second game for Lee and CHOW.
Now then, in the opening game, these two had a flurry of 8 consecutive points where they both twinned their resources together simultaneously. But now it seems to be the Indian team's turn to do just that.
Yeah. It seems like they're too content in lifting from this near side of the court. You can't do that. It's so easy to think, okay, we play against the drift, so we can lift. Yes, you can, but you shouldn't. Because you'll also get a more stingy attack aimed at you.
Well, this time it's PONNAPPA and Reddy to the turn first. 5-point cushion, 11-6, they lead in this second game. A must-winner for the Indian team.
Masuk, tukar tu speed sikit, half dengan dia, main head dengan dia, tukar. Okey? Sekarang kita punya lock semua tak cukup. Kita punya defense pun tak cukup. Kita mesti turunkan bola dulu. Turunkan. Itu pace mesti turunkan dulu. Turun, baru naik. Turun, baru naik. Bukan naik dulu. Sebab dia senang tau. Dia tak ada pressure. Dia turunkan. Okey? Kita buat dulu, bagi dia gerak dulu. Okey? Tak apa. Ha? Belakang ni bola jangan fikir banyak. Kalau 50-50, angkat saja. Okey?
Needed signs of worry with Rusman Razak, judging from the body language there. But a little momentum swing, and if PONNAPPA really can build on this, forcing a decider, they will finish on that far side of the court there, where they've played such a good first part of second game.
Perhaps just getting a little over audacious there. redeems herself with that.
But look at the difference in defense, where in the first game the Malaysian defense looked really, really solid. And now there's openings. Two lucky net balls. That was the first one, that was the second.
Thank you.
Yeah, well left.
Nice change of direction there on the smash from PONNAPPA. Good to see. It's normally going fairly central, her smash, but that was wonderfully hit straight up the line.
Still lagi yang half ni. Ikut. Buat saja ikut ah.
You can understand their angst, desperate to conclude what Hawkeye has to confirm. It is well wide in the end.
Service over. 13. 9. Play.
Good shot.
14. 9.
Flandil and Pele urging his players to go cross.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of that smash direction was going towards CHOW. So they keep the pressure on to the Indian team right now. Got the comfort blanket of 5 points at the moment. Well, that's missed, but it is becoming a familiar look, isn't it, with the Malaysians lifting and clearing a lot.
Yeah.
You're almost like a little too passive, you sense. Certainly a long way from their authority that they played with in the opening game. Increasingly, you sense that we're going to be treated to a third and deciding game in this fifth and deciding rubber.
Oh, lucky. Left it and stayed in.
11. 16.
I don't actually think she could have reached it. Did it. SIKKI ready. And their attack has become predictable again with straight smashes, same power, same placement. I would say though that the drop shots that they mix it up with have been really, really nice. Oh, that's excellent.
17, 16.
Well, cause for concern in the Indian camp as Lee jumps all over that.
Yeah, but she's showing way too early what she wants to do, PONNAPPA. They've stopped lifting the Malaysians. Wow. 2 players down.
Well, they got out of jail, the Malaysians. Somehow they survived that point, and I think psychologically that'll be a massive boost to the blue-shirted team and a wounder to the Indians. We have a challenge, so it's not quite concluded yet. It is long. And quite a margin.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 14, 16.
Longest rally of the match by quite a way. And just when I was announcing that I thought this was going the distance, suddenly Chow and Lee are really fighting back hard here in this second game.
Right.
Back-to-back
Two welcome points if you're an Indian fan here, as Lee and CHOW were about to stage a comeback.
Or is there still a little bit more life in this game for the Malaysians?
Yeah, I think there is. I mean, it's definitely not over.
found its mark.
16, 19.
Wide.
17.
Now the nerves are creeping in again with SIKKI Reddy and PONNAPPA.
It's a brilliant turnaround from CHOW. Suddenly the tension ramps up again. Oh, she's missed that as well. Can you believe it? From 19-15 up, 4 in a row for Malaysia. Now it's 19 all. So SIKKI Reddy just insistent on stepping off stage momentarily just to catch a breath and regroup. Her head must be spinning. To ride it all the way home.
Big momentum swing, advantage Malaysia.
That's gone as well. A handful of consecutive points for the blue team, and the Malaysians have a match point to win the tie.
Oh, what a save!
Oh, they get there in the end, and they're absolutely delighted. The Malaysian camp, pandemonium breaks out in there, and suddenly the realization of what they've done. How about that? Malaysia come good and win the overall tie by 3 rubbers to 2, courtesy of Chow Mei Kwan and Lee Mun Yen. Malaysia win after 42 minutes of battle, a lion-hearted effort from Chow and Lee. They were 19-15 down in that deciding game, but swung it round. Look at the reaction. Confirmation of the scoreline, 21-11, 21-19. Chow and Lee coming through to secure the overall tie win for Malaysia over India. 3 wins to 2. And there's confirmation of what's unfolded today then. The mixed doubles going the way of India. The men's singles the way of Lee Jia to draw level at 1-1. Then Pusala v Sindhu took the 3rd rubber in 35 minutes emphatically to love over Go. And then the men's doubles going the way of Malaysia to level the tie at 2 games all. courtesy of Chia and Teo. And then Chow and Lee really stepping up and securing the result in a straight game win over PONNAPPA and Reddy. So there we are, 3-2 in favour of Malaysia over India. That was quite something, and I hope you enjoyed the action as much as we did. That concludes it from day 3 today here at the Guangxi Sports Centre. Do join us tomorrow for more live coverage of the Total BWF Sudirman Cup. From myself, Paul Hand and Steen Pedersen, bye for now.